Your characters are very different from each other in the film. Do you share any similarities to your characters in real life?
I sure hope not.
My
character's
same.
a psychopath. I don't want to be
so
like her.
annoying.
Yeah, she's the...
Justin Baldoni, once considered a rising force in Hollywood's directing scene, has now found himself stepping back from one of the most aggressive legal moves of his career following a highly publicized and contentious legal battle with actress Blake Lively. The director has chosen not to move forward with his amended claims after a judge dismissed the bulk of his $400 million lawsuit, a decision that sent ripples through the entertainment industry and triggered new conversations about power control and the legal boundaries of creative collaboration. The saga began with what was initially framed as a collaborative artistic project, the adaptation of Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel. It ends with us, a story known for its emotional depth and delicate subject matter. When Lively joined the project, not only as the lead actress but also with alleged influence on creative direction, many fans were hopeful that the film would strike the same nerve the novel did. However, tensions began to rise behind the scenes, with multiple sources suggesting that creative differences quickly turned into contractual disputes and personality clashes. According to documents reviewed by legal experts, Baldoni had filed the original suit claiming breach of contract, interference with production, and defamation, alleging that Lively's actions on set and behind closed doors had derailed the project and caused extensive financial damage to both his reputation and the film's prospects. The amount he sought, $400 million, was not just staggering but also raised eyebrows in legal circles as to whether such a claim could ever be substantiated or was designed primarily for shock value. However, following months of legal maneuvering, witness statements, and the unsealing of selective court records, a judge has now ruled that the foundation of Baldoni's lawsuit lacked the necessary legal standing to proceed and dismissed the most critical parts of the case, particularly those tied to defamation and punitive damages. Insiders say this left Baldoni with limited options and ultimately led to the decision to withdraw the amended claims, which had been expected to broaden the scope of the lawsuit and further implicate Lively in alleged contractual misconduct. The fallout has been swift, with legal commentators noting that this turn of events weakens Baldoni's position significantly. While Blake Lively has not spoken publicly about the development, sources close to her team say she feels vindicated by the dismissal and sees it as a step toward restoring her image after months of being portrayed in the media as difficult or disruptive. Her lawyers have argued from the beginning that Baldoni's lawsuit was not only overreaching but retaliatory, filed in response to her raising legitimate concerns about the direction of the film, script changes, and alleged breaches of her contract. By withdrawing his amended claims, Baldoni avoids further public scrutiny and legal discovery, which would have potentially required testimony from other cast and crew members as well as internal production documents being made public. Sources say his legal team believed the risk of exposure outweighed the potential benefit, especially with the initial ruling undermining their strongest claims. The decision not to continue with the amended filing comes at a time when public perception is already shifting against Baldoni, who has previously cultivated an image of emotional intelligence, inclusivity, and progressive leadership in Hollywood. Critics have begun to question whether the director allowed his personal frustrations to cloud his professional judgment in choosing to escalate a private dispute into a very public legal war. There is also growing speculation that the lawsuit may have scared off potential investors and partners for the film, with some international distributors or
every single text message that exists out there, lay them out, put them on a website for the world to see, have them see the truth and determine the truth for themselves.
Both her legal and PR teams to mitigate reputational damage. Her supporters argue that the entire ordeal has revealed how women in Hollywood, particularly those who dare to speak up about creative and contractual concerns, are still often painted as uncooperative or emotional rather than assertive and professional. The dismissal of the claims and Baldoni's quiet retreat from the amended lawsuit could mark a turning point in that conversation. As one legal analyst put it, this ruling sends a message that not all grievances belong in court and not every clash between collaborators amounts to a multi-million-dollar offense. As the dust begins to settle, the future of It Ends With use remains uncertain. While filming was largely completed before the legal battle erupted, post-production has reportedly stalled amid the ongoing disputes between the key players and concerns about how the scandal might affect the film's reception, with Baldoni Stepping back from further legal action, some in the industry hope that mediation or quiet settlements may allow the project to move forward and reach audiences without additional controversy. Others remain skeptical, noting that even if the legal war ends, the public narrative may continue to haunt the film and its stars for months, if not years to come. Blake Lively, long considered one of Hollywood's most private and polished stars, is now at the center of a firestorm that has blurred the lines between celebrity image, legal warfare, and media spectacle. For years, she managed to maintain a near-spotless reputation, navigating the chaos of the entertainment industry with poise and strategic grace, but all of that has been put to the test following the escalating legal feud between her and director-producer Justin Baldoni. What was once billed as a promising adaptation of Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel It Ends With Us has now morphed into a deeply personal and professional conflict, one that has pulled back the curtain on how power dynamics play out when two prominent figures disagree, not just about creative direction, but about the control of public narrative. At the heart of the latest drama is Blake Lively's claim that Baldoni's legal team is intentionally weaponizing her deposition, turning what should be a private legal procedure into what she calls a public spectacle. According to reporting from People.com and AOL, the tensions have been brewing for months, with insiders revealing that negotiations between both camps have completely broken down. Legal teams are no longer just exchanging paperwork, they are engaging in a strategic battle for public sympathy and narrative dominance. The controversy surrounds Lively's role in the production of It Ends With Us, where she was not only the lead actress but also reportedly had input on creative decisions. Multiple sources claim that early in the production process, Lively grew increasingly concerned about the direction of the film. She allegedly believed that the adaptation was straying too far from the emotional core of the book, and from her perspective, that compromised both her artistic integrity and the film's authenticity. From there, things spiraled. According to legal insiders, Lively's concerns triggered a flurry of emails, legal memos, and heated conference calls, eventually leading to a formal letter of complaint. Her legal team submitted documentation outlining alleged breaches of contract, particularly pointing to revisions in the script, casting decisions, and final edits made without her input. Baldoni's camp fired back, accusing Lively of attempting to exert undue influence over the production process and overstepping the boundaries of her role. The back and forth has culminated in a deposition, which is not unusual in legal disputes, but in this case, Lively's team claims it is being used not to gather truth but to embarrass her. The actress is reportedly frustrated that details surrounding the deposition, including timing, content, and even location, have been leaked to media outlets ahead of time. People familiar with the situation told AOL that Lively believes these leaks are not accidental but part of a larger effort to control public perception. Sources claim she sees it as an attempt to discredit her. Just as the film nears completion, the term public spectacle has been echoed by Lively's legal counsel, who argued that the deposition is being set up like a media event designed to provoke headlines and online discourse rather than resolve disputes. Quietly, insiders say Lively has expressed fear that video or audio from the deposition could be selectively leaked or manipulated, creating damaging narratives without context. With millions of fans invested in both the book and the upcoming film, the stakes are high, and Lively's public image is on the line. She has reportedly canceled public appearances and paused upcoming press commitments to focus on the legal battle and manage the mounting media attention. In private meetings, sources claim she has expressed regret about joining the project altogether, not because of the story but because of what she now perceives as a hostile and unmanageable production environment. Justin Baldoni's team has not officially commented on the deposition drama, but sources close to the filmmaker told People.com that his legal strategy is focused on protecting the integrity of the project and upholding his responsibilities as director and producer. While Baldoni has long been associated with emotional intelligence and progressive masculinity, insiders suggest that this conflict has forced him to adopt a much harder edge, a move that has not gone unnoticed by industry peers and fans alike. Both camps have drawn battle lines with their respective legal teams, digging into emails, text threads, and production logs, looking for evidence that will bolster their arguments. The fear among some insiders is that the legal drama is beginning to overshadow the film itself. People who worked on the set reportedly described an atmosphere of paranoia, with staff unsure of whom to trust or what to say, worried that any casual comment might later be pulled into the legal fray. Meanwhile, online speculation has intensified, with fans dissecting every Social media post, every tabloid leak, and every insider comment in hopes of piecing together what really went wrong. Hashtags like Justice for Blake and Team Justin have trended on and off, reflecting how divided public opinion has become. What makes this case uniquely volatile is the combination of legal gravity and celebrity visibility. Most entertainment industry lawsuits stay relatively private, resolved behind closed doors or in arbitration, but this one is playing out in real time in the court of public opinion, and Blake Lively is pushing back against what she sees as a deliberate manipulation of that court. Her claims that her deposition is being turned into a spectacle echo a larger concern among actors, particularly women, about the ways in which legal tools can be used to shame, embarrass, and control public narrative. Some Hollywood insiders are even suggesting that this case could spark a reassessment of how depositions are handled in high-profile cases, with some calling for stronger protections around privacy and confidentiality. For now, though, the focus remains on what will happen when Lively is finally questioned under oath. Will the deposition be recorded? Will portions of it be leaked? How will either side spin the outcome, and will the truth even matter in an industry that so often trades in perception, not facts? As these questions swirl, one thing remains certain: this isn't just a story about a movie, it's a story about power, media, and the fragile structures that hold celebrity culture together. And if Blake Lively is right that her deposition is being turned into a spectacle, then the audience is already watching, and the curtain has barely risen as the controversy winds down, at least on the legal front. One thing is abundantly clear: this was never just about a film. It was about power, perception, and the fragile balance between artistic vision and contractual authority. Justin Baldoni may have stepped back from his aggressive claims, but the scars of this public legal battle remain for both him and Blake Lively. What began as a promising collaboration to bring a beloved novel to life turned into a cautionary tale about how quickly trust can erode under pressure, and how even the most tightly controlled public images can be tested under the glare of courtroom scrutiny. For the fans who eagerly awaited it ends with us, the hope now is that the story they once fell in love with can still shine through the fog of controversy. But for Hollywood insiders, the bigger takeaway may be about accountability, respect, and the high stakes of mixing fame with with litigation. As always, we want to hear from you. Was justice served? Did this legal fight reveal deeper issues within the industry? Or will it simply be another Hollywood scandal that fades from memory? Let us know in the comments, and stay tuned for more updates right here on Cinematic Sense.